Now, celebrities are dropping everything to give back to flood victims in the wake of Harvey. One of those is Chamillionaire, who joins me now live here on The Factor Uncensored. Now, I was talking to you the Friday before the storm was hit, and you had plans on coming to Houston.
Correct.
And all of a sudden, Harvey hits, and then your boots on the ground, sleeves rolled up, and getting down to business helping the community. First of all, tell me why that was so important to get back here and make a difference in your community.
Number one, this is a community that raised me, and I feel like when times of need happen like this and you start to see the community and everybody come out to help each other, you can't just sit on the sidelines. I know a lot of times entertainers will say they want to give a donation and, they want to, send their prayers, and I felt like I just had to do more because this is my community.
Absolutely. When you had a chance to see the devastation firsthand, because you focused on Houston, Port Arthur, Beaumont areas,
right.
You went all over looking at some of the damage. When you laid eyes on that damage, what was that like? And seeing the faces of people out there suffering?
I mean, it's life-changing. I mean, it's one thing to hear about Katrina and hear about how it impacted the people of New Orleans, and then to come out here and see people, I mean, physically in neighborhoods, their cars are damaged, their whole homes are flooded. There's neighborhoods where people were sending older people to walk to the store. They would walk through a whole bunch of water to get to the store, and the store would be closed. There's no gas. The ATM, there's no money in the ATM machine. And this was happening up until like yesterday still. So, I mean, we got out there and did whatever we could, and honestly, the feeling that I got was like, man, we got to do more. This is like, I felt like overwhelmed. We need way more. But the one thing that was very encouraging is that it feels like the community didn't wait for somebody to come rescue them, the president or something. Everybody got out, neighbors came out, it was just, everybody's helping. But I feel like it's going to be a lot of work to do in the next few years, actually.
Is that a Houston quality? Because we're seeing people, like you said, doing it themselves.
Yeah.
They're not waiting on FEMA. They're not waiting on the Red Cross or the Salvation Army. They're out there helping each other themselves.
Yeah, Houston is the home of like Southern hospitality for real. Like I travel all across the world. I do a lot of business in the West Coast right now, and when people ask me what I love about Texas, it's just the people. They're just so humble, they're so genuine, and times like this prove that. Right? Nobody's waiting. This is not a race thing. This isn't a north or south side thing. This is a humanity thing where people are getting out and helping each other of all different races. And I actually was very encouraged by that. But I do think that everybody that's watching, no matter what, you got to always remember there's somebody that's going through a lot harder time than you are right now. And we got to always put in ourselves that when all the cameras leave, and CNN or whatever station leaves and they're not here in this city and y'all are going to still be here, everybody needs to still continue to, help people rebuild.
What do you encourage people to do in order to get involved if they're not certain what role they can play out there in the community?
Well, I feel like a lot of times people are nervous because they feel like their donation is not big enough or something, or they feel like their time spent wouldn't be needed. I think you can always find places to volunteer, right? Right now it's kind of tough because there's a lot of people trying to volunteer all over the city. I think they were over capacity at George R. Brown and all these places, but it'll start changing. People will start disappearing, and then there's going to be a need in neighborhoods for people to recover. So you can always volunteer your time. You can always volunteer any monetary amount that you want to spend. It could be $5, $10. There's plenty of people that are doing great things. J.J. Watt, Trey the Truth, King Kieran. Even me, I just launched a 501c that I felt like I wanted to give back to the community. And at first I was like, I'm just going to donate some money and go out and help. But then when I decided to donate money, I said, no, we need a lot more help. So I got my entertainer friends, I'm calling them up and telling them, hey, you want to help? You can put your money where your mouth is, and we can go to these communities, because I don't want to spend the money to go to a place where I just, help this one community that's already getting all the love. There are a lot of people out here that nobody's thinking about. And I want to focus on those people. There's a lot of people that lost lives, right? Think about losing your whole house, and somebody else lost their whole house and someone lost a life. Like, where are those people at? Let's find them. Let's help them.
Absolutely.
That's what I want to do.
Chamillionaire, thank you for coming on the Isaiah Factor Uncensored.